So you're a Junkion mercenary. You want to replace your leader? Well, I know a guy that can sell you an ion gun. Or what the most people want for their leaders. A few rolls of duct tape. Hello everybody, Sparkster1701 here. We're continuing a look at Legacy Evolution figures. First one up is one that belongs to both factions. Well, actually is a mercenary. This is Detritus. Detritus was a more modern character, but he did appear a number of years back. He was an exclusive that was done up as a repaint of Hound using the Generation 1 version. This, of course, is the third version of the character to appear. And just like the original version, he is an extensive retool of Hound. Primarily the Siege-released Hound from a number of years back, but also is a repaint of the recently done Studio Series Hound, done as part of the Buzzworthy Bumblebee collection. And of course contains some weapons from a few other Transformers. Detritus is a Junkion, even though he does not carry anything that makes him really look like a Junkion, save for the colors. He is a mercenary character, and while it's said that his presence can turn the tide of battle, it's more a bit of him watching a battle go on and then making an offer to the side that's winning. And of course, one thing that a lot of people want to take note of is a feature here on his face. They took the liberty of painting a rather bad goatee on there by using the same mold as they did for Hound. They just added some paint. I guess that's to help make him look a little more sinister or something. I mean, where they get that notion that people with goatees are evil is... it's a stereotype, and probably one that needs to go away. Alright, let's take a look now at his loose parts. He does have a handful of them. We'll start here with his pistol. Hope the noise outside isn't bothering everybody. This isn't much of a gun, but it is kind of cute in its own way. One thing I do want to point out is that all of his weapons here are made of clear plastic and then they're painted over. So when it has it in the combined form, there is the tendency for them to stick together because of the paint. So it is something to watch out for. And then next up is his rocket launcher. It's done up as a rather interesting little gun, and of course the tip of the missile is removable. Because on a lot of the promotional artwork, it has the missile mounted on his backside. And then apparently the weapons connect like so. Which really doesn't make it look really all that better. At least in my opinion it doesn't. But the missile bounces pretty good on this table here. As you can see, the missile here is very small. So if you have young children in your home, you may want to take this one away from them. or leave it pegged in permanently onto the launcher itself, so to avoid it getting swallowed. At any rate here, let's take a look at his articulation. He has about what you would expect for a deluxe class figure. His head can turn from side to side, but it is rather difficult due to this piece for transforming him being in the way. You can raise his arms up to the side about so far, and they do rotate at the shoulder all the way around. You can bend his arm at the elbow 90 degrees, and he does feature a swivel at the bicep, so he has G.I. Joe battle grip. You can twist him at his hips, so he has some dance moves going. His legs can be spread apart into a full splits. He has a rather excellent thigh cut, at least to the one side. You can raise his leg at the hip 90 degrees, and you can bend his leg at the knee 90 degrees. You can also move his foot a little bit, but it doesn't really lock into anything in this mode. So all in all, pretty standard articulation. Okay, to transform Detritus, we'll start by straightening his arms out a bit, and then we will pop the arms out at the shoulder, move them over to the side a bit. Come here to his back, and we will fold up his windscreen and fasten it in behind his head. Then you will grab the chest piece and you're going to fold that up and over his head. Of course, if this piece shifts, just fold it back down. As you'll see, he has a Decepticon insignia on what will be the hood of the Jeep, and he has an Autobot insignia on his left shoulder. Move his arms up just a little bit as you fold the shoulders inwards. You may need to adjust the arms as you do. Then, once you've got them in like this, you're going to take the arms, you'll turn them at the elbow so that the thumbs will face downwards towards his legs. And once you've done that, you'll bend the arms at the elbow, because there'll be a connection point that he'll be using down there. Spread his legs apart a little bit, because you're going to unfold them from the inside. Unfold them straight out like that. And once you've done that, you'll bring his legs together. They connect only in the one spot. It would be nice if they connected down here as well. It would make a more stable connection, but that's neither here nor there. And then you're going to fold the legs up and over. You'll notice here there are a couple of posts protruding on his legs, and they will line up with the little tiny holes here on his arms. So bend and fold over, and then they should connect to the arms. It may take a little effort. It also doesn't help that, like I said, since it only has the one point of connection here, it does tend to pop apart easily. Once you've got them secured to the arms, you can then secure it to the front of the vehicle. So there's a little protrusion sticking out, and there is a decent-sized hole nearby it, so it should just press in relatively well. And then you take the feet and you will fold them inside. And then there you have it. Detritus is done up similarly to a Mitsubishi-built Jeep, which was what Hound became. But of course, he's done up a little more stylized, so they don't have to pay Mitsubishi. And of course, there's a lot of holes placed all around him for his guns. The instructions primarily use these two back here. But in reality, you can plug them into these on the sides of the Jeep too. Whatever is to your liking. And how well does he roll? He rolls pretty good here on this table. So that's always a good thing. So now we get down to my thoughts. Well, the character does have some interesting potential. It's been nice to have the inclusion of him and also axle grease that we reviewed last month to give us some competing thoughts in the Junkion society. It would just be nice if these characters would get a little more focus in some of the media. It would just be nice to see some of them get a little more attention than what we get as a toy. With no included media and no more tech specs like we had from the 1980s, it's really hard to sell the play value of a lot of these guys when you really don't know anything about them. Hopefully that will be something that will change in the coming years. At any rate, that's my review of the Legacy Evolution version of Detritus. I hope you all enjoyed it. Please do remember that if you love the content we feature on this channel, I would love a like, a share, a comment, and a subscription. This is Sparkster1701 saying I will catch you all later.